You know me. I'm just stalling. I have to get that notification. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Should be coming on in a minute now. Hope everybody had a great day. Be right with you. Okay, let me take care of this business here. There it is. Always a minute or two behind me. Okay. Welcome to Troy Grand Experience, Daddy's Lounge number 45, because I missed Monday. So today's the 45th episode. 45th episode, y'all. Can you believe it? I can't. I had to take off Monday, y'all. I got up at 2. I didn't get back in my house till 1, and I went to sleep. I didn't want to come on here and half-ass it. So I promised myself I wouldn't ever do that. I want to give you the best, all the good energy I have and the best of who I am. So that's why I didn't come on Monday. Today's Wednesday. It's a new day, new blessing. So let's just go ahead and jump into the procedures and keep on with it. So this episode is we're talking about YNs, and I say don't call them YNs, which if anybody don't know, young niggas, don't call them nigga period, but don't call them YNs, call them YNBs, Young Nation Builders. You know, speak that speak that greatness into them and watch them build legacies because you grow to be what you hear if you can't push past the negative, right? I'm talk with my hands a lot. I think I'm part Italian. I doubt it strongly. But uh but you grow to be what you constantly hear. That's why sometimes you have to just let the world go silent and just let the law speak to you. But constantly with this YNs, these YNs, these YNs, these YNs, knock it off. Can't stand that. Young niggas, stop it. I cannot stand that. Breathe into them something positive. Because why so called young niggas, as they call them, only exist because of a couple of things irresponsibility, which leads to bad choice, irresponsibility of the elders in most cases, which leads to them making bad choices and gravitating to those who look like them, who show them love, show them some attention. Now, in some cases, the parents are not to blame. The streets grabbed them kids because they weren't strong enough to turn them down. No matter, even though later on in life they'll tell their parents or parent, you know, you did everything you could. It's not your fault. I just wanted to be out there and pay the price for it. So I don't. I say let's start a new thing and call them YNBs. You know what that is? YNBs. Young Nation Builders. Get that into your head. Young Nation Builders. Young Nation Builders. Young Nation Builders. That's what you should call these youngsters. No more YNs. Damn that. We got enough issues with our youngsters, like everybody else does. It's just that they promote our negative and don't ever uplift our positive. That's we got to do that. So from now on is YNBs. You hear me, Roland Martin? You hear me, Dr. Richie? You hear me? You hear me, Reese Waters? Huh? You hear me, Fat Joe and Jada Kiss? You hear me, Mace and Cameron? Y'all hear me? $1 million worth of game, Nori and the brother who's I can't remember the brother's name, but the good brother is on there with him. Y'all hear me? No more YNs, it's YNBs, Young Nation Builders. Y'all have that voice. You speak to hundreds of thousands of millions of people. Use it, build with them, because the ones you build up today are the ones that's going to take your business for much further on into the future. The one you build up your children today, they'll build themselves up and take you to levels you might never have seen because you instill that in them. Don't don't keep telling them they you can't do this. You just like what they say on television. Because what happens when that chalk out line comes? And those were the last words you said to that child, whether it be a girl or boy. How your spirit gonna take that? Hmm? How's your spirit going to take that? Exactly. It's not gonna take it. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt real bad. So please don't say that anymore. Excuse me. I'm I have to check a email for whatever reason. Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry. But yes, because if you want to build a secure future, you have to breathe. You already breathe life into them, right? Now you have to build victory into them, or speak victory into them, and then from there, once you speak victory into them, right? What you do is you're laying the foundation for what shall come tomorrow. Because if you speak strength into them, you speak knowledge into them, you speak of the good Lord into them, you speak victory into them. Even when darkness comes and try to tempt them and say, it's easier over here. You can make this money with us, man. You ain't really got nothing going on at home. I know y'all hurting. They're gonna be like, well, quick money is short money. Long, hard work and purposeful, not just hard work, but purposeful work with prayer will get you wealth, not just riches. You'll make money in your sleep. And that's truly what you can build. Because most people who are wealthy or rich right now were not born that way. The ones that were, then they are who they are. But the ones that weren't, you could always tell they have a different type of energy about them. You know, they don't mean a million bodyguards or whatever. You don't know who they are. They drive cars that are a few years old. They don't drive Bentleys and all that. Nah, they rather invest in land or a business that pays them in their sleep. You know, think about making fifty $50,000 a day, 7 days a week. That's $350,000 in a week. You know, so that's $700,000. That's 700,000. Hold on, y'all. Junior who? I'm sorry, I had a call. Junior Jones. Okay. Yeah, he'll call me back. Sorry, bro. Sorry about that. Yeah. So, well, where was I? Yeah, $35,000 a week times two. That's actually 70,000. I'm sorry, $70,000. So it'll be $140,000 a month. Multiply that by 10. What's that? 1.4 million. Then you take another 70,000. So it'll be 1.74 million. Is that right? It'll be close to 2 million. Let's put it like that. And you're doing that in your sleep. You're doing that in your sleep. It could be simple as you're doing shorts on YouTube, and people find them funny, and millions are watching. Boom, you getting paid. It could be that. It could be other things you're doing. But we have to breed that into our children. We have to also let them know that being a doctor, being a lawyer, being an engineer, being a truck driver, being a mentor, being a teacher, they're all valuable. These are valuable things, and they touch people's lives. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Video choreographer, a dance instructor. These are things that breathe life into others. What's wrong with doing these as your profession? An artist. What's wrong with being an artist? And I'm talking about a visual artist or a writer. What's wrong with doing that? You make money in your sleep if those books kept selling. If you could sell ebooks, you could sell paperbacks, hardcut. Just you'll make money in your sleep if people like your work, and then that could become a movie or a series. Again, you make money in your sleep. It's possible. These children can grow. These children nowadays can grow to know their own greatness if we filter that into them. But with this constant, and it's negative a lot. All it comes through the music, it comes through the TV shows, it comes through sometimes what's going on at home. It comes through everything. So if we don't turn around and make it positive, then what do you think is going to happen to the future? Excuse me, I'm looking for something. But what do you think is going to happen to the future? You're gonna have these young YNs that you talk about now, instead of having the YNBs, legacy builders. What? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So that's what you're gonna have, right? And you're gonna wonder why they're so out of control. Well, when you plant the seeds of negativity and failure into somebody, what do you think is gonna happen? I mean, think about it. As hard as you think it may be. Okay, so let's say you have three children like I had, and you had to start all over again. I would approach things a little different myself. I wasn't a horrible parent, but I don't know what it means to be the best parent or best father. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, some things that I would definitely correct, right? But the fact is, I'm still alive and they still alive. We're gonna build something. Before before I leave this earth, my sons will become good men who do great things, and they will leave an incredible footprints in this world. And before you ask me how I know that, I know that the same way I know I'm gonna wake up in the morning, because I'm one with God, and nobody can tell me different. Nobody can move me any differently than that. I know that for a fact. But look, I just know that we can't have a future with felons. If everybody's a felon, like you calling them, these young niggas, as you calling them, everybody's a felon. How we gonna feed ourselves? They're the future. They're the future. We are the now, but they're the future. So if you kill off the future, which is what whoever's trying to do by creating all this negative, what do you think's gonna happen to us? Hmm? There's a million and one ways to kill off people. One of them is to allow them to do it themselves, poison their thoughts, their food, their water supply, you know, then allow them to kill themselves off with simple things they use every day. verbiage, language, however you want to put it. Imagine that. Imagine that. Hmm? But yeah, I'm yet to have anybody come up to me and want to debate me about this. You know that? It's very rare, but these people will use this language as this YNs, 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 but they can't tell me why they're using it on every youngster they see. I mean, why are you using it? Do you really know anything about them, or are you just judging them by how they look? You know, their hair might look a little crazy, pants sagging, but how you know that they are what they are? Amazingly, we forget that the men we look up to, Malcolm X was a criminal, a dangerous man. He was a thief and a gun runner. He was dangerous. Martin Luther King, he grew up in the church, so he had his issues with women and cigarettes and drinking. But he told all of them, I'm not leaving my wife. That he had his fun, but he would never leave home. So what if someone constantly told him he was a YN instead of a king? Or if someone told Malcolm X that all you're gonna be is what you want today, you're gonna die that way, instead of becoming a leader. Where would he be? And look how powerful both of them were to us. Hmm? So no, I don't buy that. I don't buy negative. I don't buy negative. You know? Damn the negative. I got these little crystal things given to my sister here. She does bedazzling. I want her to buy them for me, but we'll see if she does or not. I'm trying to fight out. But one thing we should really start doing is getting more building in our communities. There's a lot of empty properties in a lot of our communities, and a lot of times they go up on tax sale, which is not as much as what people think it is. Sometimes they auction these places off. We should really buy up our own community and turn it into what we want. You know, be what you want to be what you want to see. Don't make any excuses. Be what you want to see. That's something I want to do in time. Think about if we were younger and our parents thought like that and they got together with some other like-minded souls and they bought up our community. We didn't have a hood back then. We had a community. They call it the ghetto, but it was a community, right? Everybody knew everybody mainly. What if we thought like that and bought up everything? A lot of times those apartment buildings switch hands a lot. What if it was put in our hands? What if we, the tenants, owned the apartments? Huh? And the ones in the neighborhood who could fix stuff, those became the maintenance men. The ones who had the ability and the willingness to police the neighborhood, those would be our community watch. Then we could move outside the apartments, buy up the rec centers and all that stuff, and put programs in there that would help us. We wouldn't be building YNs then. We'd be building young nation builders, YNB. Think about that. And it's not us talking about yesterday, but you can still do that today because a lot of these apartments are, especially the slumlords, they want to sell. So buy them. Buy your neighborhoods up. Buy your neighborhoods up. Buy them. Then you don't have to worry about the future with the young ends because you teaching them how to be legacy builders and how to build their own. Find a plot of land, find an urban farmer who's good at what he does. He could turn that concrete into a garden for the neighborhood. It's going to take some time. Might take a year. It might take a year or a few months, but with the help of the community, it'll shorten that time, and y'all will have fresh fruit and vegetables for everybody. He'll divvy it out in bags when it's ready. He wouldn't charge the community, but that's another source you could use to sell stuff. You could sell fresh fruit and produce. You could have a farmer's market, let's say every Friday or something. People from outside can come in and buy for you. I'm not talking about a little basketball court of land. Let's say it's about 3 acres over there or 2 acres. That's enough. That's enough. But you can sell stuff on those 2 acres. People will come in from outside and buy stuff from you. Even a local store sometimes will buy some. The little mom and pop store will buy stuff for you. You have those of us who are juicers, and they know about what the juices do. Like pineapple is good for your intestines. They're good for your stomach. Beets are good for your kidneys and your libido, right? Spinach is that green look, and there's just a lot of vitamins in there that's good for you. Blueberries are antitoxins. I believe I'm saying that correctly. Then so on and so forth. If you want some sugar, juice some grapes. Right? All of these things we could sell because instead of tearing ourselves down, we have what it takes to build up. But we stuck in stink. I think a lot of times we focus more on stinking thinking instead of creative thinking. Right? So use your creativity because most of the wealthy people in the world are wealthy because they found what they found what drives them. They found their strength and they went through the ups and downs of it, and then creativity and the willingness to say, I will not stop, push them forward to success. There's no difference. Let me tell you something. Wealthy person, rich person, and a check to check person. The only difference is the mindset and what you're willing to sacrifice and how much you can endure before you say, I'm going back. There is no going back. It's no going back. Take a hold of it and say, I got it, and ride out the storm. It's no different than if a storm, you hear that a storm is coming tonight. You gonna leave your home? No, you're gonna stick and stay and ride out that storm. You're gonna leave your home, go over to somebody else's house, and their house get blown away, and then what? They come stay with you after the storm? Nah. But y'all see my three boys over there on the thumbnail. Handsome, handsome young men. Each and every one of whom have a gift, just like your children. And it's my job at this section in their life just to speak truth to them and be their guide. I was their father and I held their hand. I'm still their father, but I'm in the mentor guiding stage of fatherhood. It's like you could take my words and use them to grow yourself, or you could not listen and walk through life in a circle, constantly making the same mistakes. You don't want that, do you? No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't want that. Mhm. But I know this thing, and this to be true. You fail because you stopped believing in you, and you fail because you decided God wasn't enough. Take it from someone who has failed so much that he's a success story now. Okay? And I'm not ashamed of anything I just said. I failed so much that I'm a success story. Mhm. Yeah. But you have to go through the failure so you can build your foundation. Where you gonna get the strength from? If you just give up when times get tough. Hmm? Where you gonna get it from? My. Where you gonna get it from? I remember I'm a big fan of the Star Treks. So I was watching an episode of Deep Space Nine called The Uniform. So Captain Picard, Captain Cisco was chasing a gentleman by the name of Eddington. He defected from Star Trek and joined the Maquis. There's a point to this story. But he defected from Star Trek and joined the Marquis, which is a band of rebels. They go around uh, hitting up different you know, different starships and uh, taking supplies from them and giving to the poor, right? So because I've been trying to catch Eddington now for a year, 2 years maybe, and he kept failing. So he found him on this planet, but Eddington outsmarted him again, and he ambushed him, and he took his ship and took everything. Well, he didn't take his ship, but he took everything they had besides the ship. So then he went around, and Eddington blew up a cargo ship that wasn't a cargo ship. It was filled with weapons that were not going to help the rebels. Whoever the rebels were fighting, they were going to give it to them. I know the story's long, but I'm getting to my point. Anyhow, because of what he did, Cisco said, I have to stop playing by the rules. So what he did was he gave Eddington a 2-hour warning. He said, look, I'm coming to the planet where you're on, and I'm going to destroy it. I'm going to shoot a missile in there with this gas, and it's going to make life inhabitable. So he went there, and that's what he did. Eddington sent a hologram to the ship and said, you're not going to do that. And he turned to Mr. Worf and said, Mr. Worf, fire missiles. Mr. Worf was like, what? You heard me. So he hesitantly fired the missile. And Eddington was like, okay, stop, stop, stop. I'll give you back your ship and your supplies and all that. No, that's not good enough. Okay, I'll turn myself in. I'll turn myself in. He said, good. I'll be glad to pick you up and take you to jail. Right? So, long and short of that is the only way that we're going to prosper or anything like that is sometimes you might have to get out of your safety net, like Captain Cisco did. He got out of his safety net and did something that was out of his character. Did it work? Yes. Was anybody really hurt? No, because he gave them 2 hours warning, and they started evacuating as soon as he pulled up on the atmosphere around the planet. They still had time before he shot the missiles, so he didn't kill anybody, and he didn't break. He didn't break by going through all that negativity. He didn't break. He got what he came for at the end, which is Eddington. And you young nation builders, you can get what you came for. You can. You can get what you came for if you just stick and stay and have that faith. And please believe that God got you. See how you know that? You woke up this morning. You woke up. You woke up. That's how I know. So yeah, that's how I know God got you, baby. No questions asked. You woke up. He says, you want a mind. You can't be a YN, but you sure can be a young nation builder, a YNB. You know, want to speak and guide you into being legacy builders. And believe me, speaking that into your child could be something like telling them, there's good, better, best, and great, and I see you being great. Repeat it. There's good, better, best, and great, and I see you being great. But in life, you have to go through the steps. You have to be good. You have to learn how to be better. Then you have to grow to become the best. Then you have to suppress the best and get to great. Once you get to great, when you walk in a room, you give off an aura. People see it, and they'll know that this man is not no regular degular. He's the real thing. He's literally walking on the air. His feet don't touch the ground. Then your young children will want to emulate that person. You say, okay, if my daddy could transcend, then so can I. Hmm. So there you go. There you go. Man, I'm so glad I came on tonight because I was so tired on Wednesday. Woo! Today is Wednesday. I meant Monday. Yeah, I found a little time to shave this down. Remember, it was all puffy last time. I shaved that down. Got pretty all in my face and all that. Sometimes you gotta get pretty. You got to get a little pretty to come on the air. Well, since I'm not pretty, I'm beautiful. Sometimes you have to just get beautiful. So, long and short of it, people, speak life into your young ones. And by speaking life into them, you're speaking life into yourself as well. So speak life, not death. Speak life, not death. And go through the storm. Even when it starts shaking you, go through it. You will be blessed for it. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what comes next? What comes next is I stay on until the 14 minutes. And after that, I'm gonna shut her down. Shut her down. Yes, indeed. Oh, let me do speak on someone who I met through I booked them on Make You Keep Boxing when I was over there. The great trainer Tommy Brooks. He's also a very good man. I had the pleasure of meeting him and I had the pleasure of getting to know him. He shared a lot of his we shared some private conversations and he passed away today. I don't know what from, but but I know since speaking to him, he trained 26 world champions: Holyfield, Tyson, Junior Jones, Mike McCollum. I believe he did. He train James Tony. I believe so, and I believe he trained Julian Jackson as well. And the list just goes on. You could go Google him. His name is Tommy Brooks. So I want to give him a moment of silence, just out of respect for the good brother. He will definitely be missed. So let's count to 10 and give that good brother a moment of silence. 10. All right, brother Tommy, you will be missed and you will be remembered. I mean that. I appreciate you giving me the time that you gave me, and you always answered when I called, and I appreciate you for that, good brother. I'm gonna miss you, man. I'm gonna miss you. All right, now, y'all. So that being said, every now and then I gotta throw in something a little different because this hit me kind of hard because the brother was a good brother, and I really, it wasn't like I just had him on my show and I said I know him. No, I talked to him offline. I got to know him. He ran on the rule. He was an honorable human being. He ran on certain rules, but they were honorable. He always said that if a fighter hired him to train, he's not there to listen to the fighter because if the fighter could train himself, he wouldn't have hired him. So any fighter tells him that he got to do it this way, he'll just pack up and leave. Because if he had to tell you more than once that I'm here to train you, he's not going to be there. Buddy McGirt, same thing. I respect both of them, man. But Tommy Brooks passed, man. Hurt my heart. Hurt my heart. Mm-mm-mm. Unless anybody out there that has a modeling agency, you see my sons, give me a inbox me. Then my email is the same as my name, Troy Graham. So yeah, just inbox me and we'll work something out. They're all over 6 foot. They all handsome. I mean, look who their dad is. So modeling agencies, if you see this picture, their picture, hey, let's go to work. Let's put these words to work. Let the world, let's share their good looks with the world and their personalities. Yes, yes, yes. So yeah. But I just feel like going for a walk. But I forgot where I heard that YN first. I really forgot. I really forgot it. You know, it's funny, but this is the only chair I could sit in without my back hurting. Every other chair I sit in, my back starts to hurt or I fall asleep. As you can see, I'm not sleeping and my back doesn't hurt. I'm about to fall asleep though. Shh, tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. But yeah, so tomorrow, not tomorrow, Friday, I'll be back on for another show. And Saturday, I'm going to do a show. Hopefully, the guests will show up. If not, I'll do a show on Tommy Brooks. And then later on this month, I want to do a show about an upcoming fight on August the 16th. I'm not saying who. So that's going to be a good thing. I notice I move around a lot in these podcasts. I don't know why. I fidget a lot. I don't know why. Hmm. But it's all right. It lets me know when I'm here and I'm up. I'm here and I am up. So I'm still working on getting the panel together, right? I had one the other day. I made two calls, made three calls, and two people showed up. But as much as I post this thing, y'all should show up. So I'm going to keep talking. It's called speaking it into truth, right? A lot of people say it's begging. If that's what you believe it is, then that's what it will be. But in my case, I'm using the power of my tongue. No, ladies, not for that. Okay, stop it, you nasty. No, I'm using it to speak it in the truth. I said as much as I posted over in different countries, on different website, on different Facebook sites, IG, and just inboxing, messenger, all over the place. I take the time to hit it up real good. So I expect to start hearing from folk. I work much better when I have company. Company who have a similar mindset. I mean, we can have a passionate conversation, but don't come over here with no ignorance. I'll just drop you. You go bye bye. You will go bye bye. If any of you have any young children, young males in particular, what do you tell them to overcome the negativity of life? What did you tell them when you were raising them that made them become the strong, positive men they are today? What did you tell them? Let me know. What did you tell them to become that strong, positive human being? To walk away from the temptation and go turn on the temptations. What do you tell them? What did you tell them? That's what I'd like to know. All right, people. Yeah, see, that's why I like conversation. Tell me yeah, I'm still stuck on it with that Oz song. Not the Wizard of Oz, but the Oz. Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, Richard Pryor, you know, and Coop Teville, the lion. But look, a couple seconds coming up. I'll bounce. I wish y'all the very best. Y'all stay safe. And thank you for tuning in. So, do a brother a favor, share, no, like, share, and subscribe. One more time. Like, share, and subscribe. I say one more time, sounding like Dr. Umar. Like, share, and subscribe. Blessings to one and all, and y'all have a good night. Who that watching? I see you watching up there. Let me know who you are. Type it into the chat. Don't be shy. Okay, I guess you were shy.